we have the new relationship between AHRA and ARIN, which is so cool. I'm so excited. Whitney, you want to talk a little bit about your perspective on that, about sort of why you guys said yes when we kind of asked, and sort of your thoughts of this, and also obviously we're leading up to we're going to shamelessly promo for our annual meeting coming up in a few months. Yeah, I just want to share some thoughts from your perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the partnership is a wonderful, wonderful development. We're so happy that you guys thought of us and asked us to partner. I think that because of the advancement and growing need for radiology nurses within imaging, it makes sense for administrators and nursing to partner. And we're stabilizing after not having conference for a few years. So the fact that you guys are willing to pull us in close and partner with us for conference is amazing.
Love that. And Wendy, as a board member, obviously you guys had to approve all of this and get behind it, and you guys kind of pushed for this concept. So
I think honestly, the first time that Jason, that you brought this up with me, I was like, it didn't even take a breath to be able to say absolutely in support. As somebody who, for a decent chunk of my career, I was an interventional radiology technologist, where that relationship between our techs and our nurses is part and parcel of every day in every case. And I have learned so much from our nurses and the collaboration, utmost respect. And so the idea of partnering with ARN and linking arms in our annual meeting was incredibly exciting. Whitney, I remember our first conversation where you and I met alone, and we instantly started like bouncing ideas off of each other about all kinds of things. Like, it was just very symbiotic from the start. And I am just super eager to be in Florida and to see what we do together and to see what we do moving forward. I think it's just only the beginning. And, this is one of those stronger together moments that I think that we're going to walk our talk together, and we're going to prove that we can, what we can do and what we can give our members on both sides, ARN and AHRA. And it's going to be a beautiful thing.
Yeah, I love it. And I'm hoping that it's good. I'm not hoping. I know it's going to be, year long and even past that, right? Yeah. So the fact we're doing the podcast today is because I think it's really interesting to have people hear and understand the relationship between the administrative side and the nursing side, and just the different perspectives that you guys all shared. I think we're talking about articles, and we're looking at other ways that come with some best practices and some guidelines. And I know, Whitney, you mentioned a new core curriculum textbook that will be coming out that's going to be not only for the nurses, but also for administrators who may oversee nurses, to have that going forward. And I know that's coming out in a few months. We're excited for that. And then, specifically the annual meeting, right? So the listeners that are out there, you can go to www.ahra.org and you can get all sorts of information there. Probably can go to the ARIN website or the ARIN website as well. Whitney, what is that again? Just so I don't say it wrong.
It's arinursing.org.
Perfect. So either one of those, and you can find information about the meeting. But what I think that's July 12th through the 15th in Orlando, Florida. I'll also mention July 11th, which is Saturday, the day before. We're doing a bunch of workshops. So ARN has 2 different workshops that will run basically 4-hour workshops. So the idea is a smaller cohort of people. You get to really network and get to know folks and dive a little bit deeper into a topic. But I saw they're both going to be like around the world and trivia style, really interesting stuff on that side. And, AHRA has 2 going on as well. One's for executive leadership, and one's all about, connecting patient experience and engagement with another one of our presenters, which is great. I think Monday night, we're going to celebrate everyone who has a certification. So AHRA has a Certified Radiology Administrator certificate. And Whitney, you guys have the Certified Radiology Nurse?
Yes, the CRN. And so
Perfect.
If I can talk about the workshops a little bit.
Get up, sure.
We'll sign up for both workshops, because one is going to be focused on imaging and one is going to be focused on interventional procedures. And the certification exam is 35% interventional. And so if you're only doing one or the other in your daily practice, you probably want to study for both. And so we're hoping that, and we've done this recently, is pull your teams together, your interventional teams and your diagnostic teams, because they can help each other study to get certified.
I love that. That's great. I'm glad you added that little piece of the puzzle. And I know there's a lot more details if people go to the website and see all the different sessions, but there's just so many ways for us to interact there and network. And I think it's just going to be fantastic. And obviously being in person is something special. I mean, the virtual is great, but there's nothing like being able to be together.